You are teleported back to 2001 Terminator style, but ass naked and end up in the middle of Times Square. What do you do or say to convince people you're not a stoned homeless person? I'd emulate OD Biff and try to predict something that I knew would be coming up. They'd at least figure that I was either a time traveler or a psychic. Edit, or insane. True. You guys are alright. Don't go to work on September 11th. Did they just see me come out of a ball of electricity? It'll need no explanation. What's the date? I feel the city might be a little preoccupied. Nothing. It's New York. Just start walking casually and walk like you know exactly where you are going and have something to do. The majority of people are not going to want to interact with you anyway. When the police come up, walk right up to them and ask for some clothes and some help. Explain it away as a sex thing that went badly, i.e. was with a prostitute in a van. They took off with your clothes. Caveat, if it happens to be on or just after a pericular day in September, you're probably not going to be the most interesting thing to happen that day. End communication. I'd probably just cry. I would start with your clothes. Give them to me now. 2001 Times Square. I doubt anyone would care or notice. Like with the blue ball that appears, then pretty sure they would believe me, right? Edit, with blue ball I do not refer to blue testicles. I mean the sphere from which the Terminator comes out because of the time machine. Please people understand that. I'd call 2001 me to wire me some money, then get back home to talk about the next 20 years. I'd been expecting that call, so it wouldn't have been a stretch. Stand outside of the TRL window. Joke's on you. I'm a stoned homeless person. Ed, just pick up a guitar. Say something really smart like, you have fingertips, but not toe tips, yet you can tiptoe, but you can't tip finger. Shout woo, spring break. I'd want them to believe I'm a stoned homeless person, so they would leave me alone. I think the giant ball of reality bending, asphalt melting energy would do that for me. Just say I got mugged. Edit, wow, did not expect this to blow up. Thank you kind strangers for the awards. I wouldn't. A stoned homeless person is likely to end up in rehab or detox, which is infinitely preferable to jail or a mental institution in such a situation. Ergo, if cops think I'm just homeless and stoned out of my mind, I will encourage them to keep believing it. You say, shit, that must have been a seriously good party. Everyone laughs and you go on to make serious moves on Bitcoin. Go find a cop. Tell them a story about how someone robbed me at gunpoint and took all my clothes and ask for something to wear. Try to send my parents a letter telling them to invest stock in GameStop and a thing called Bitcoin. As a chick, I'm pretty sure I could say I was drugged and abandoned or something. I'm not a stoned homeless person. Then I find my way to a shelter, get some clothes and food like a stoned homeless person, and try to remember my phone number from 20 years ago. My buddy and I actually have a protocol and code phrase for this sort of thing, so once I make contact with him and myself, I should be in pretty good shape. Sure, it'll mean an extra mouth to feed and problems with identity, but with my knowledge of the future, things will go a lot better the second time around. I'll know not to watch Tenet, for one thing. Kill someone and steal their leather jacket. It's Times Square, you might be ignored. I'd just steal the naked cowboy's hat and start taking pics with people for $. After about 20 minutes, when I have at least $600, I wander over to Fifth Avenue and buy some nice threads. I then head to whatever club is coolest and start assembling a posse of badasses to stop 9/11. I'm not going to lie. If put in this situation, I wouldn't bother with trying to stop 9/11. Before my departure, I'd look up past winning Powerball numbers, beg for $2, and then go find myself. I jaff about any of those people. I'm running back to California to warn my dad to never go to the party he got shot and killed at. Come with me if you want to live. Wait till you hear about COVID-19. Well, I'd run as fast as I can to a laundromat and steal clothes there. I'd predict 9/11. but there'd be nothing I could do to stop it. I guess considering this is when the towers were still there, I could do some pre-emotive investigating and see which conspiracy theory has merit. Cause it's definitely one of them. Then I would go to Australia and tell Steve Irwin to protect his heart if he goes near a stingray. Then probably just go get tickets to a Linkin Park concert. I always wanted to see them before Chester killed himself. I'd say Alice in Chains too, but that would have been very soon before Lainey Staley died of a heroin overdose, so that probably would have been sad too. I would start running and screaming facts about these 20 years in Spanish. Then I will wait 5-10 years until crazy Spanish nudist becomes popular on YouTube. People will go crazy when everything I said becomes real. Pre or post 9/11? Important for context. What month in 2001? Because I might just be able to prevent a pretty famous tragedy in 2001, just down the street from Times Square. That would also prove I'm not a homeless stoner, and 3,000 plus may still be alive. 3,000 birds, 1 stone. Well, since that time travel comes with lightning and a sphere that melts everything as you enter the target timeline, people would probably be freaking out, not asking me questions. Example, you appear in the middle of the street and basically melt a couple cars with your death sphere along with the people inside. Lightning is shooting out, going all over the place, probably hitting street lights, other cars, causing them to overload. I think you're going to have a harder time explaining how you did it. I need yo clothes, yo boots, and yo motorcycle. Would they even notice me? Notre Dame will beat Purdue NCAA women's by 1 basket. The same that the Netherlands legalize countrywide same-sex marriage. By the end of the month U.S will call for increased energy need, and once I gain their trust, will warn, predict smaller things leading up to summer, in which case, as Junior Supreme Overlord of Intelligence, I will warn about 9/11 in the morning that it happens, grounding all flights, and catching the perpetrators in the act. This will nullify the vast of my future knowledge, but ultimately change the history of the world, for better or worse. IDK. Unless I go back with the body I had in 2001, in which case everyone in Times Square just saw a naked toddler and are going to jail.